make it all rhyme, but the point today is to find some space, find some mindfulness, and to breathe. Really easy, gentle floor work today. So what is recommended is a yoga mat and 2 blocks. Of course, not everyone has the ability to have these props, so do what you can with what you have. So once you're all set up here, we'll have our 2 blocks framing the front of the mat on their second setting. And then we'll come onto our hands and knees, starting in tabletop position, or all fours, as some may call this. So knees are right underneath the hips, wrists underneath shoulders. Press the mat away, engage the core here. Begin to feel the stabilizing earth energy underneath the palms, supporting your body. Let's take one more full breath here, feeling into the stabilization of this pose. And with your next inhale, float the right leg up and back. We'll take some ankle circles on the right side. Balancing the weight between both palms and the left knee. If you'd like to take this a little further, or maybe challenge your limits, perhaps you reach the left palm forward. Awesome. Keep the core nice and tight. Protect the low back. Feel the energy, the tapas, the cleansing of the breath build up. And with your next exhale, releasing knee and palm back down to the mat. Realign, readjust here at tabletop. Beautiful. Reach the left leg up and back. Keep the hips squared. And we'll take ankle circles left side. The stronger you can make your core here, the more gentle it will be on the spine. So protecting the spine, tone the core, deep breaths. And if you'd like to take that challenge, right arm reaches forward. Not hunching into those shoulders, strong and lifted. You can do this. And with your next exhale, release palm and knee. Send the hips to heels, hero's pose. So shoulders are squared above the hips. Option to grab a block, and you can place it either on the second setting or the lowest setting in between the ankles. So this will just allow the weight distribution to be a little more gentle, so that you can relax the shoulders upright. Taking a moment here to feel into the hips. There can be a lot of sensation in this pose, and that's okay. Acknowledging any tightness or tension in the body. Allowing it to be right here, right now. That's okay. With your next inhale, float the arms out to the sides and up. Long line of energy out through the fingertips from the hips. So rooting down through those hips, rise up the spine. Expand the lungs here, create space within the body. Inhale. And exhale, relax shoulders, arms still lifted up. One more full breath. Correcting your posture, building the strength all around the spine. And with your next exhale, bring the palms together. Guide them down to heart center. Pausing here, feel the heartbeat between the palms. I am mindful. I invite in space. And now reaching palms out and up. Exhale, take the palms out in front of you. Shift the weight forward back to tabletop. If you had a block in between your ankles, we'll move that back up to frame the front of the mat. Begin to tuck the toes and play around here, sending the weight back towards the heels. And then lifting back forward, stretching out the ankles and calf muscles. As you begin to shift the weight forward, you also get a slight wrist stretch here. As you can see, wrists can stretch out, all 10 fingertips pressing down into the mat and toes tucked. Last one, shift the weight forward and take the weight back. Leave the hips lengthening towards the heels. As you begin to lift the knees, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out the knees here. Be gentle. Again, pressing the mat away. A lot of times what happens when we go into downward facing dog, we try to hold ourselves up like this with the weight transferred forward and our gaze is directly down. This is going to cause a lot of tension for the upper back. So what you want to do is press the collarbone towards the knees. So see how that weight, instead of being transferred right over my wrists, that weight is now extended back towards my legs. And just finding the breath here. Gaining all the benefits of an inversion. Elevated mood, better circulation to the heart and brain, improving focus, improving healing in the body. Let's take one more full breath because you deserve it. And as you exhale, begin to walk the feet up, baby step, gentle. Feet towards the palms. Forward fold here. Gentle with the knees, slight bend if that's more comfortable. And then we'll grab opposite elbows, swing side to side. Allowing any tension to release. Coming back to the place within that is so calm. Finding a moment of stillness. Coming back to center, release the palms down. Deep breath here. Forward folds calm the nervous system. One more full breath. I am calm. And we'll take those feet out. Walk them out to either side, a little wider than hip width distance. Draw the heels in and turn the toes out to either side. We'll take a block about an inch or two, maybe a few inches behind the heels at center. And then we'll begin to bend into those knees, moving into a yogi squat. I like to add in the block because it does create more support for the low back, so we can get a deeper stretch along the spine. Of course, if it is comfortable for you, you can remove that block and let the hips hang low. So whatever feels best for your body, honoring this beautiful gift you've been given, this beautiful moment right here. Pressing the elbows into the knees, shoulders lengthening back and down. I invite in space.
Releasing palms down towards the mat. We'll walk the left palm out towards the left, drawing the left shoulder in on the inner corner of the left knee, and then we'll peel the right arm open. A deep twist here, reaching the right fingertips up. And exhale down, awesome, nice and gentle, other side. Walk the right fingertips out, tucking the right shoulder in on the inner side of the right knee, and then we'll peel the left arm up. So gentle twist here. Only go as far as feels good. No pressure, no forcing. And then exhale, release down. Beautiful, plant the palms forward, and one at a time, we'll step our knees back down, tabletop. So again, you know the drill here. Press the mat away, engage the core, strong and stable. Now taking this flow like how we began, reaching the right toes up and back. Bring the foot down to the mat, tuck the right toes under. And now beginning to shift the weight back, stretching the heel down towards the mat. So as I shift my weight back, the right heel lengthens down. A deep stretch for the calf muscles. Beautiful. Now taking the right knee all the way up towards the chest, step the right foot between the palms, a low lunge. You can, if this is comfortable, bring the palms up to the knee. Otherwise, this is when those blocks come in super handy. We can take the blocks on either side of the right ankle. How awesome we can support our bodies in every pose at any level. So breathing here, notice sensation in the front of the left thigh, the left psoas muscle. We actually stretch out the lower spine and back in this posture, as well as the quads. So a lot happening here. Notice your tendencies to want to change it. Notice your thought patterns. Notice what happens when you feel uncomfortable. It's okay. Just notice. Now, if your hands are up on your knee, we'll bring those down to the blocks. Begin to shift the weight back, straightening into the right leg, half split. Don't let the name intimidate you. I promise we're not going there. So just hips lengthening back. Right leg is straight. And try drawing the nose towards the knee. So if you're up like this, or maybe even more, that's totally fine. Again, use these blocks. So the blocks can support you at whatever level you're at today. So this would be probably one of the more gentle versions of this pose. A little bit more sensation here with the blocks on the second. Or if it's comfortable, you'll be lengthening all the way down. You can do this. You can allow for all the tension, the stress, the old habits to release right here. Because you deserve this space to create a new life, to create something better for yourself. And with your next inhale, grounding down the right toes, right foot grounded. As you shift the weight forward, bending into the right leg once again. If your hands are on blocks, move those away and we'll step the right knee back, tabletop. Beautiful. Take those those knees out, about hip-width distance or wider, big toes together, hips to heels, child's pose. Reach the fingertips away from the hips, crown of the head lengthening down towards the mat. If this is uncomfortable, you can always draw those knees out a bit wider. This creates a bit more space for the hips. So playing around here, finding a shape that feels good. A lot of times people will get caught up in the idea that they don't look like how the yoga teacher looks. And honestly, to tell you the truth, us yoga teachers didn't look this way when we started either. So taking the time to honor your body, to listen, and to be your own best yoga teacher, doing what feels right, and starting there, that's what matters. Let's take one more full breath in child's pose. And now planting the palms, shift the weight back forward. The knees are parallel right underneath hips. And then we'll stretch the left leg up and back, tuck the toes under, and begin to play around with the weight transferring forward to back. Stretching out the calf muscle, stretching out the ankle, Achilles tendon, and toes. So healthy for all those little joints, bones, and muscles that carry us throughout our lives. Sending them a little bit of love and care. Awesome. We'll go ahead and tuck the left knee towards the chest, stepping the left foot up in between the palms. Coming into a low lunge, option again to rise up, palms on the knee if that's comfortable. Honor your body, of course. Again, option to grab those blocks on either side. They can be on the highest setting for the most gentle version, or on the second for a more intermediate version. So finding a sensation level that feels like an edge, it's intense, but you can breathe through it. I invite in space, breathing in and breathing out. And with your next exhale, beginning to shift the weight back, straighten into the left knee. And we're in a half split here, nose lengthening down towards the knee. Again, you can be at any level here, supported by the blocks. Breathing in, breathing out. I am inviting in space. If we're constantly filling our minds up with thoughts of anxiety or thoughts that don't serve us really, there's no space for something good, for something new. So right here, just cleansing out some of the old energies with the exhale so that there may be some space. And that's all we're looking for here, is just to create some space. we'll take just 3 more full deep breaths here. Noticing where your body is holding tension and noticing where you can release tension. And with your next inhale at your own pace, beginning to shift the weight back forward, bending into the left knee once again. If you have blocks framing the left ankle, go ahead and move those back off to the sides. Plant the palms and step the left knee back to meet the right. Knees are both tucked in towards midline, so inner thighs glued together. Begin to shift the hips side to side, gentle twists for the low back. And be mindful of the shoulders here. We're almost in a push-up position with the upper body. So not dumping into that shoulder or not taking any weight off of the palms. Just shifting weight side to side, both palms connected to the mat. And next time those knees are up towards center, shift the hips to heels. Heart down to the mat, child's pose, breathe it out. Again, option to take those knees out to either side, big toes together. And breathe here. And with your next inhale, now beginning to walk the palms towards the knees, hero's pose once again. Option for a block in between the ankles, like I cued in the beginning. It can be on the second or first position in between the ankles. Inhale, palms float out and up. And as you exhale, bring the palms down to heart center. And taking one more full breath in through the nose. Hold at the top. And then exhaling out an open mouth. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat today. I appreciate your support, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.